Hello, everybody. Hello. Welcome to Sunday, January 2, and to the Daily Antidote of Song. Thank you, everybody, for being here again as we continue to celebrate our 600 something ish day of singing in this room together. One song every day at noon Eastern for anybody who's new today or who found us through the NPR broadcast. Welcome. We're really, really glad you're here. For all the folks out there on Facebook Live, hello and welcome. We're really glad you're here. And want to thank, of course, Carpe Diem Arts for keeping this program going all these 600 and some odd days, and for all the efforts that are going on behind the scenes right now to keep it going for another 600 and more. Welcome, 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 everybody also in the room. I'm so glad so many of you have shown up again today to sing. Happy last day of our Singing Out 2021 week. Looking forward to starting another week tomorrow. We're going to have actually a 2-week run called New Year, New Friends. And we've got 14 amazing new musicians that everyone's going to get to meet during the 2 weeks. So I'm super excited about it. Please keep coming and sticking around. Hello and hello to all my fabulous friends. This is like my old friends. Old year week for me. Hello to Harold and to Andrea Blackford coming in from Virginia. So glad you guys are here. Jim Harkless coming in from Maryland. So glad you're here. Keith Moore coming in from, I think, Virginia. So glad you're here. And to Betsy Fulford coming in from DC. So glad you're here. And Jacqueline Berry, I think also maybe Virginia, but I don't know, coming in from maybe Maryland, DC. Glad you're here, Jackie. So that whole lineup of folks are all with Washington Revels, one of our partnering organizations, and we're super glad to have them with us today, presenting us with a bunch of really cool music, and we'll get to that again more in a little bit. Aaron Geyer, thank you for running the tech today. Glad that you're here. And to all the folks in the room, Becky Kane coming in from British Columbia. Glad to see your smiling face today. Hi, Annette in California. Trish in Victoria. Hi, Arlene in California. Hello, Susan in Ohio. Hi, Sheila in foggy Florida, here too, actually, in New Hampshire. Hi to Dan in Virginia, Deborah in Kentucky, hello, great smile. Hi to Susan, nice to have you with us today, Susan, glad you're here. Shari in New Hampshire, she knows about the fog. Kevin in New Hampshire, he knows about the fog. Sue, nice to see you today, glad you're here today, coming in from Pennsylvania. Massachusetts. Hello to Kathleen in Albuquerque, nice to see you. Pete and Janet in Toronto, we're so glad you guys are back, and thanks for bringing your big smiles. Hi to Steve and Michelle. Glad to see both of you today. Hi, Sarah in Texas. Glad you're here again today, and happy smiling to you too. Johnny, one of our new friends. He's been an old friend in the room, but the first time sharing a song with us coming up next week. And, he shared in one of our cocktail parties, but it will be his first time sharing in the actual Daily Antidote. Susan in Seattle, hello, nice to see you today, good smile. Hello to Suzanne in Ithaca, nice to see you today, big smile. Everybody has big smiles today, it's a smiley day. Hi to Luda and Mark in Victoria, glad to see you guys. Dawn and at least one curly top, hello and hello, lovely to see both of you. Hello to Ruth in Birmingham, England, and Rosemary. Hi, nice to see you today. Not sure if you're new to us, but welcome if you are, and welcome even if you're not. Hello to Amanda and Miles in Michigan, nice to see you. Carolyn today with a cat. Carolyn the Catwoman, I love it. Carolyn has 365 different stuffed animals just for the purposes of the Daily Antidote of Song. Hi, Storm, nice to see you today, coming in from Mass. Jamie in Victoria, hello. Ralph and Penny in Victoria, hello. Christiana and Bob coming in from Maryland. Nice to see you guys today. Phil and Pauline and Tommy coming in from, I forget, Newcastle, I think. I got it. Nice to see you guys today. Glad you're all here. Hi to Caroline in DC with a winter elf. Man, she's the other 365 stuffed animals. Hello to Bonnie in Boise. Glad to see you today. Anne in Nashville. Back home in Nashville, I see. Nice to have you with us. Happy travels back from Pittsburgh, I hope. Hello to Nancy's Irish Cow in Washington State with Nancy behind it. Sandy Moore in Maryland. Hello, great to see you. Hi to Ann in Maryland. Hi to Brian in Maryland. We got a little Maryland lineup there. Bronwyn in Victoria. Nice to see you today. Thanks for being here. Hi, Kate in Charlottesville. Lots of happy wishes in the chat for you yesterday. That was lovely. Busy Graham, along with Mask and Mask. So glad to see you all. Thank you for being here today. I probably know the people behind those masks, but I can't recognize you. Cliv and Lynn in Vermont. Hello and hello. I'm glad you guys are here. Kathy in Virginia. Hello. Nice to see you. Carol in Connecticut. Hello. Nice to see you. Hello to Karen in Oregon. Cricket. Hello. Coming in from Maryland. Lisa in Indiana. Hello. Different scene behind Lisa than usual. We're getting to meet Lisa's fridge today. Hi to Deli in Maryland. Nice to see you. Martha in Oregon. Hello. Rick and Sarah. Hello, nice to see both of you. It took me a second. I'm glad to have you guys here. That's some revelers in the room. Shari, I'm not sure why you're appearing to me again. Hello, and Aloysius in Mass. Hello. And let's see, off video today we have Gary in Mass, Deborah in Georgia, another Gary in New Mexico, and Ginny and Lynn and Janet, Isabel, Robert, Suzanne, hi Amos, Susie, hello, Naomi, potentially also new to us today. Let's all take one big deep breath, which I desperately need after all of those 69 amazing hellos. I'm so glad to see you all of you new folks and all of you regular old folks. I'm really glad you're all here. Welcome. I am excited to turn the table over to my dear friend, Betsy Fulford, music director at Washington Revels, amazing human being, along with Andrea Blackford, also a director at Washington Revels, and they are hosting today, and I am bowing out.
Well, Happy New Year, everyone, and welcome to the Daily Antidote of Song for this very special day where we are welcoming members of Jubilee Voices from Washington Revels. Thank you so much for coming out today. I wish everyone a very joyous and healthy 2022. It's been a little crazy here in DC with the numbers shooting up, but we hope that this is maybe a sign that things are going to shoot down just as quickly as they came up. So as this pandemic continues to roll along, I think we are all very thankful for this daily program that grew out of the pandemic and continues now in another new year, and especially for Carpe Diem Arts, who supports that program every day. So thank you so much to everyone from that organization, to Joe, to Aaron, and to Busy, and everyone for making this happen every day. It's not easy to do something that happens every single day of the year, so thank you. As Joe said, I'm Betsy Fulford, and I am music director for Washington Revels. I feel like it was only a few weeks ago that we were performing in person for the Christmas Revels right before the pandemic went into yet another crazy stage. We were able to do 8 in-person performances, and in fact, you can still watch the Christmas Revels show, which features members of Jubilee Voices, all of whom, the ones that are in the room today, were actually in that show. So if you want to see more, hear more from them, until January 6th, you can still watch our show online, which is kind of a wonderful gift. So as you know, Jubilee Voices has been kind of a regular here on Daily Antidote, and Jim Harkless especially has been in the room many times in the past. And today we also have Harold and Andrea Blackford and Keith Moore and Jackie Berry. So they are going to present some wonderful music for you today. I think at this point I'm ready to hand things over to Andrea Blackford, who's going to tell you more about the song, because we want to get right to the singing. So over to you, Andrea, to introduce the first song. We're getting 2 today, so that's a very exciting thing on January 2nd, 2 songs.
Hi, everyone. Thank you, Betsy, for that great intro, and thank you, Joe and Aaron and everybody in the room today. We're going to sing 2 great songs that are not hard to learn and have a place in African American history. We did them in our show. We'll start with this wonderful little tune some of you with gray hair like me may remember. It was called Jehovah Hallelujah. This tune was collected by 3 abolitionists and put into the first compilation of African American music we think ever, and it was called Slave Songs of the United States. It was published in 1867, and it's a great, we have a link for it. It is a great tome. You can find it online, and they listed all these songs regionally, and these are, you'll see a lot of songs that were the precursor to songs that we sing today, like Roll, Jordan, Roll, and My Lord, What a Morning, and this, that, and the other. But this is a great little song that we sang, and Harry Belafonte actually recorded it in 1960. And so what I'm going to do is we're going to get straight to the music. I'm going to introduce Jim Harkless, You know, our elder griot of Jubilee Voices and practically of Washington Revels. He sang this in the show at a very poignant moment, and he's going to sing it today. So the words are in the chat. He's going to sing the refrain, and we'll hear the refrain several times, so I'm sure you're going to pick it up. But let's hand it to Jim.
Thank you, Andrea. And let's get started. It's so good to be here and to see all my many friends that I've gotten to know over the years, the year. And I'll start. Jehovah, hallelujah, the Lord will provide. 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 So we're going to have people come in on the refrain, and I'll start with the verse, and hopefully you can come in on the refrain. Jehovah, hallelujah, the Lord will provide. Jehovah, hallelujah, the Lord will provide.
Jehovah, hallelujah, the Lord will provide. Jehovah, hallelujah, the Lord will provide.
The foxes have a hole, and the birdies have a nest. The Son of God, he don't know where to lay his sweet head. Jehovah.
Jehovah, hallelujah.
Hey, Jackie, I think you're muted and your camera's off. Not sure if you can jump back in.
I don't know what happened. Oh dear.
It's a beautiful. There you are. Yay! We can get to hear from Jackie.
Yeah, no, I unmuted, but something happened. Jehovah, hallelujah, the Lord will provide. Jehovah, hallelujah, the Lord will provide.
Foxes hopped, there was room in the inn for the merchants that day. But Joseph and Mary had no place to stay.
Jehovah, hallelujah, the Lord will provide. Jehovah, hallelujah, the Lord will provide.
Okay, Jim Harkless, now you're muted. Can you unmute? There you are.
Then a star in the heavens the message did bring. The little babe in swaddling cloth was Jesus the King. Jehovah, hallelujah, the Lord will provide. Jehovah, hallelujah, the Lord will provide. One more time for all of us. Jehovah, hallelujah, the
Oh.
Jim, you got muted again. Let's do it one more whole time because it's just too beautiful. Start.
Jehovah, hallelujah, the Lord will provide. Jehovah, hallelujah, the Lord will provide. Very good.
Well, that was a real exercise in muting and unmuting, which is not as easy as it would seem in this environment. So Thank you very much, Jim and Andrea and Keith and Jackie, for that wonderful song. Um, I'm going to ask Jim a quick question and then hand things over to Andrea to ask some other questions. But Jim, can you tell us a little bit about this song, where you sang it in this year's Christmas Revels, and kind of what that moment meant in the show?
Okay, Jim, you have to unmute.
Joe, what is happening is when I unmute you, you mute me.
I think there's like three of us working on it too.
uh, the song actually comes at a time in the show where the group sings "Away in a Manger," which is a traditional tune at Christmas that everyone knows. And then we had the banjo. We have the banjo in the video, and this then it comes and it's towards the end of the first part of the show, and it's sort of a nice transition into the ending of the first part, which is traditionally very inspiring because we have the traditional song that's always sung in Christmas revels called "The Lord of the Dance," and it's a very nice transition period in the show. And if you haven't seen the show, and you are able to obtain the video, I urge you to see it.
It is a great little song. It's one of those songs that is so simple and easy to learn. The only verse that we have historically is that first verse. The Son of Man or the Son of God, he don't know where to lay his sweet head. And to think of an enslaved person singing this and what it embodies, it's a source of comfort. It's a source of relatedness for that person. And to have this little song, as Jim mentioned, it comes in a part of the show where things seem kind of hopeless. And he sings this, and it is such a beautiful moment of encouragement. The Lord will provide. Think in spite of enslavement, in spite of poverty, in spite of difficulties, because there were difficulties for everyone in that time following the war, but especially for African Americans, whether they were free or enslaved. To think of the struggle and thinking, Jehovah Hallelujah, the Lord will provide. Um, it's quite a statement, and it's a testament to the beauty and simplicity of this music. So, Jim, what drew you to singing this song?
Andrea, what drew me to
Well, you had told me early on you liked the song and you would like to have been able to sing it, and you
it's
did.
it's a beautiful song,
Okay.
and I thought that I could I was able to I I could communicate its meaning and its feeling, and and that's why I wanted to sing it. And I from the actually I got one of our Diane Kresh, who's one of our longtime revelers, gave me a big, a really wonderful uh, re- re- response. She said, when you sang that, you reminded me of Roland Hayes,
Mm.
who I've just learned. She said, I've just learned about his singing, and your voice is very much like his. And that was a great To me, he's one of my role models. I told her. For those of you who don't know who Roland Hayes was, he was one of the first African Americans at the turn of the last century who was with the Fifth Jubilee Singers, and he left them in Boston and launched his own career. And at one point, actually, people don't know that he actually sang in Constitutional Hall in 1931 before Marian Anderson had sung there, and he was he was one of the top singers, classical singers at that time in his career, and he didn't want to sing before a segregated audience, but he did want to sing at Constitution Hall, and he did, and it was a sold out house. But after that, they changed it so that no African Americans could sing there. And of course, we have the historical event some years later, I think 1939, when Marian Anderson sang at Lincoln Memorial. But if you haven't heard his voice, you can hear him sing I, on YouTube. And actually, when I was a senior in college, he lived in Brookline Village. He was in his 70s at that time. And I was honored to be asked to sing for him, which I did sing for him at his home. He was a really beautiful man, a beautiful gentleman. He sent me a letter afterwards, which I still treasure. And I also heard him sing. He was still sang at he gave a couple of concerts, and one of the songs that one of the spirituals that he sang were wonderful spirituals. He called them Afro American religious folk songs, which was the first time that they'd ever been referred to in that way.
That
I
was
could go on
wonderful.
and on, but that's it.
That was wonderful, Jim. I love hearing these memories you give us, and it opens up such a world to the music we sing, and it gives back to us this information that we can take out into the world and share this song. It's a little song. Teach it to a friend today, someone. Just it's a beautiful song and it makes a wonderful statement. Now, we do have a second song today, but before we go there, I want to encourage you all that if you'd like to hear and see more of what Jubilee Voices and Washington Revels in general is doing, to check out our website. I know you all know it because that's how you got here. But www.revelsdc.org, we have some wonderful things in the hopper for Black History Month. And I encourage everyone to look it up. When we post it, you'll be able to see what we're doing and mark your calendars accordingly. So, we started out with a wonderful song that I know you all are going to be singing all day today, and you keep that song in your pocket and keep singing it. But we have another song you might know. It's called "Come and Go to That Land," and this comes at another point in the show where the African American folks that are in Senator Hiram Revels' house celebrating Christmas remember those days and how far they've come. And I think it's a wonderful song for us to sing and close out today, because there is a better day coming. We're going to get past all this. We're all together. We're all singing. We're all sharing. And we want to encourage ourselves and each other to remember what was in the past and take the good of that and bring it forward. There's a term for it, Sankofa, to take the best of the past and bring it forward to make your future. So with that, I'm going to ask Keith Moore to start "Come and Go to That Land."
Come and go to that land. Come go to that land. Come and go to that land where I'm bound. Come on and go to that land Come go to that land. Come and go to that land where I'm bound.
There'll be peace in that land. There'll be peace in that land. There'll be peace in that land where I'm bound. There'll be peace in that land. There'll be peace in that land. There'll be peace in that land where I'm bound.
That land, nothing but joy in that land, nothing but joy in that land. Oh, where I'm bound, where I'm bound,
Nothing but joy
in that land. Oh, nothing but joy in that land, nothing but joy in that land where I'm bound.
There'll be freedom in that land. There'll be freedom in that land. There'll be freedom in that land where I'm bound. There'll be freedom in that land. There'll be freedom in that land. There'll be freedom in that land where I'm bound.
Oh, so
No,
come and
no more
go.
crying in that land. No more crying in that land. No more crying in that land where I'm bound. No more crying land. No more crying in that land. No more crying in that land where I'm bound.
Oh, come and go to that land. Come go to that land. Come and go to that land where I'm bound. So come and go to that land. Come go to that land. Come and go to that land where I'm bound.
Thank you, Keith. That was wonderful. Jim, that was wonderful. Again, another example of a beautiful song that's so simple to sing, so simple to teach, and so simple to share. I like singing some of these when I'm feeling the most down, to tell the truth. I pull them out of my pocket in my darkest hours. And it's another connection to the ancestors when you think about it. We sang a wonderful song from Issei Barnwell to end this year's Christmas revels. And there is a line that gives me such hope. We are the breath of our ancestors. We are the spirit of God. So think of that. Think of the love that has produced you and many, many thousands and millions around you, and how everything works in that sort of intricate puzzle of life to bring us here to where we are. Because of them, we are, and because of us, more will follow. And it's just, that gives me hope. It's just amazing. And thank you, Keith, and thank you, Jim, for bringing it back a little bit of that past and teaching us the lessons that the ancestors gave us today. Whew. And with that, I'm going to turn it over back to Betsy.
Well, you stole most of my thunder. your wonderful words. And so I don't know that I can add much to that other than just reminding everybody that Issei Barnwell is one of our regulars here in the Daily Antidote, and in fact, she has actually sung this song in the Daily Antidote of Song probably more than once. And it is a wonderful, wonderful song, and it was an honor to be able to sing it in the show this past December. And we sang it in a virtual choir the previous December. So we've gotten to sing that song more than once, and it really is a joy to work with her material any old time. So thank you to everyone for being here with us today on the Daily Antidotes of Song, and I so want to thank Jubilee Voices. It's just an honor to work with all of you and to have you all here together. Jim, your stories and your singing connect us to the past and remind us that the future can be a better time for all of us. Andrea and Harold, thank you for everything that you do. Keith, I can never say enough about how much I enjoy hearing you sing anything. And Jackie, it's been such a pleasure to have you with us today. So thank you again to Jubilee Voices. Do check out revelsdc.org for future programming. And I know that there will be some wonderful events in probably mostly in February, but I know that the Martin Luther King Jr. holiday is coming, and there may be some things happening in January as well. We're just getting kind of like restarted in the new year in Washington Revels, so many new events will be coming up, and we are praying and hoping for more in-person opportunities to make music together. And those of you that are local, we always welcome you to join us in those events. And we may still have more virtual events to come because we have reached new audiences and new friends all across the country and even beyond the United States, as evidenced by people today from England and Canada and many other places. So thank you again for being here. Remember that the Daily Antidote of Song doesn't just happen because we want it to. It happens because you support it. And you support it with both your time and your donations. So do keep us in that flow of support. And I know that Carpe Diem Arts is always appreciative of your support and your donations. And that's what makes this happen every day. It's not just love, although it's a lot of love, but it's not just love that makes these things happen on a daily basis. It's a lot of work. And your financial support really helps us with that. So I want to hand things back to Jim Harkless, and with his able-bodied assistants, Andrea and Harold, I think are going to say goodbye to you today, unless Joe has some other announcement she needs to make. But I know you want to come back tomorrow because we're going to have new friends. What was the title of the next week? New Friends, New Year, something like that.
Friends, New Year. 2 weeks in a row, New Friends, New Year's. And thank you so much, Betsy, Harold, Andrea, Jackie, Keith, and Jim. That was just an amazing run. Love you guys all so much. And I just cannot wait to get goodbye out of the room by Jim Harkless. Jim, I'm turning it over to you.
Thank you, Joe. And it's an honor and a pleasure to say goodbye. Actually, I'm going to say goodbye first to Suzanne, who didn't identify herself from California, who's my daughter. I'm so glad she could join us. She didn't show her picture, but I'm pleased that she did join us. So goodbye, Deborah from Kentucky, and our wonderful NPR person. And it was wonderful to hear you, and you got many more friends so I'm not going to continue, but bye-bye, Deborah. Kevin, it's always good to see you. Pete and Janet, Jackie, bye-bye. Jojo, Aaron, wonderful. Becky from BC, and Annette, and Pirot, and Arlene, Susan G., my good buddy from Ohio, Sheila, Susan. It's good to see you, and right here in Tacoma Park with me. Sue, Kathleen from Albuquerque, all of the wonderful regulars, Sarah Page in Texas, Johnny Harper, Susan Miller, Ke- uh, Don. It's changing so fast. Ruth in Birmingham, who's here every day. Don and Joe, Linda and Mark, Susan Miller, and also another regular, Rosemary Pye, one of my arbitrator friends, and my favorite, Miles, and his mom, Amanda, Carolyn Boise from Boise, Ralph and Penny, Christiana and Bob, who are also regulars, and also Phil and Pauline, all of these everyday, Bonnie and Nancy and her Irish cow, Sandra, Ann Lafferty, also a regular, Brian McLaughlin, also Kate, Busy, wonderful Busy Graham, Cliff, Kathy. They change. Everything's changing so quickly. Cricket,
Pete,
Deli.
Pete and
uh,
Janet in Toronto.
all right, I'm going to let you take over.
Christiana and Bob in Rockville. Phil, Pauline, and Tommy in Newcastle. And yeah, you're not kidding. It just flies by. Amanda and Miles from Michigan. And we've talked about Nancy and her cow, but I'm just saying bye because I love Nancy and her cow. Brian, Kate in Charlottesville, Cliff and Lynn in Vermont. Oh, there are my friends Mabel and Bob in Massachusetts. Caroline in DC with your winter elf. Bye bye, elf. Bye, Storm. Bye, Aloysius. Bye, Sherry. Lynn, nice to see you. Bye bye. Susan Lewis. Bye. Thank you for spending time with us today. Jim in NYC. Let's see who else we got. Kevin, I know we got you, but I'm getting you again. Let's see who else do we have. I can't have gotten all of you. There's Rufus and Lisa and Gary and Ann from Nashville, Music City. Deborah in Kentucky, Isabel, Jane, Amos Hausman Rogers, Susie, beautiful picture, Susie Lippener, I hope I got that right, Janet Stolnitz. You can jump in, Jim, anytime you want, and
Okay.
Tookie. Rufus McKinney. I think that was everybody.
I think you guys got everybody.
We got everybody.
I'm going to say goodbye to Facebook Live. Thanks, gang, for joining us today. It was so much fun to have you. Glad you got to see us from start to finish, including the fabulous goodbyes, Jim Harkless, Andrea Blackford. Thank you also to Harold, Jackie Berry, Keith Moore, and Betsy Fulford for all that amazing hosting and singing. To all of you, I love having you guys in this room. It makes me so happy. Thank you so much also, Aaron, for running the tech today. Let's all wave goodbye to Facebook. Bye, Facebook.
Bye, Facebook.
Hope to see you tomorrow, Facebook.